In this video, I'll be creating a standard 3-view orthographic projection drawing from an isometric view. But first, let's take a look at an isometric view. This is a standard block, a 6-sided block if you will. It is drawn on isometric graph paper. This top portion right here is isometric. This bottom portion down here is standard graph paper. But if we take a look at this isometric view at the top here, it is a cube. And when we're converting this isometric view to a standard 3-view orthographic projection, we need the 3 orthographic projections. And by convention, what we're going to do is we're always going to define the front is when we're looking at it from this side. So that's going to be the front. This is going to be the side view of the orthographic projection. And coming down from the top is going to be our top view orthographic projection. So let's take a look at an example. I've drawn another simple geometric shape here in an isometric view. And what we want to do is create the 3-view orthographic projections. Now, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look. This is going to be the front side. So viewing at it from this angle is going to be the front. This side is going to be the side. And viewed from the up here, this is going to be the top. So let's first start off. First thing I'm going to do is I take a look at this front view here, this front side. This is a planar surface. This is going to make this side relatively easy to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick any point on this front view, or the object that's going to start my front view. I'm going to pick this very bottom point right here. So I'm going to come down to my standard graph paper and I'm going to put a point. Now I am going to draw these so that they're the same scale. 1 to 1. So 1 square here is going to be 1 square. 1 square in my isometric graph paper is going to be 1 square in my standard graph paper. So from this point, I'm going to go up. I need to draw this vertical line. This vertical line is directly straight up. It is on the lines of my isometric graph paper. So I count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes up 4 units. I'm going to start at my point and I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, I'm just going to work my way all the way around on this planar view. So I'm going to go over 2. From this point, I'm going to go down 2, to the right 2, to the right 2. From here, I'm going to go down 2, and then I'm going to finish this up by going all the way back to the front. There we go. So this is now our front view for this object. Now let's move on to the next view. So we're going to take a look at the side view. So we're going to look at this object from this direction. So what I'm going to do is I need to pick a point to start with. Any point really on the side, but I usually like to try to pick an easy point that I can find. So I look at this bottom edge and I can look at this point right here. Well, this point is in line with this bottom edge, so I'm going to come over, and in line with this bottom edge, I'm going to go over just 2 squares, and I'm going to put a point. And that point corresponds to this point right here. So now I can go up 2, over 2, down 2, and back to the left. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go up, so that's this vertical edge, going depth-wise back to the right here. So there's that, down 2, and back over. So that takes care of this planar surface right here. But now there's not a planar surface right up here, but there is one that's recessed. When we're looking at it from the side view, this plane is going to still be in the side view, so we need to take a look at this. So we need to find a point on this plane. And if I take a look right here, this point is directly underneath or behind this point when we're looking at it. So if I find this point, which is right here, that's going to start my back plane. So I'm again going to go up, right 2, down 2. So I'm going to go up 2, right 2, down 2. That's going to give me those points. Now my side view is done. So there's my side view. And now we need to do the top view. So again, we're going to look down from the top. And again, I'm going to find an easy point that I can start with. And I'm going to take a look at this point, and it is directly underneath the this edge. So I'm going to go up from this edge here, right to that point. So that point again corresponds to that point. Now I can go up 2, over 2, down 2, and back to the left. So now I can draw this planar surface right here. right there. Now again, I need to draw this planar surface, which is the same as what we did in the side view. And I'm going to, again, pick a point. That points directly into this point. This point is right here. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go to the right, up 2, over 2. To the right 2, up 2, over 2. And now I have my top view completed. Top view. So now you can see these are all drawn with visible lines. There are no hidden lines in these views, and there are no center lines. But if we take a look, the way that we draw our standard 3-view orthographic projection is that all of these lines line up. I'm just going to draw these on here. You don't need to draw these on there, but just for your visual, you can see that those all line up. These all line up too. So from here to there, those all line up. It's exactly all to the same scale, and we have our completed view. Again, when we have our standard 3-view orthographic projection, our front is always right here. The side that we're dealing with is what we're going to do in this class is it's all going to be to the right and it's going to be in the top. Some of the book examples are slightly different than this, but they all have the front, side, and top view located somewhere. That is how we can go from an isometric view to a standard 3-view orthographic projection.